This is the JTV Caribbean News. I am Sean Rose. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, in seeking to clarify statements made by opposition leader Annim Eustace about the country's Building and Loan Association, has denied any knowledge of a $1 million withdrawal from the institution by his mother. Speaking at a media conference, Eustace questioned the decision of the 3-month-old Financial Services Authority, the FSA, to take over management and control of the Building and Loan Association, warning it could lead to further loss of investor confidence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He also disclosed that the mother of the Prime Minister withdrew over $1 million EC from the Building and Loan Association late last year, even as Gonsalves was encouraging citizens not to withdraw their funds from the institution. The opposition leader said he has been reliably informed that the funds in the name of Francis were withdrawn during the period when Gonsalves supervised the institution. In his response, Gonsalves said that he had not been aware of this development. He said that the association has been experiencing financial difficulties since 2009 as a result of delinquent loans. The Prime Minister said despite these problems, he had not encouraged anyone to withdraw shares from the Building and Loan Association. Gonsalves said that his government is committed to working with the Building and Loan Association and the Financial Services Authority to ensure the continued strengthening of the association. Principal of the Cayville campus of the University of the West Indies, UWI, Sir Hilary Beckles, wants Caribbean countries to begin efforts aimed at seeking some form of reparation from Western countries for slavery. Delivering a lecture titled Britain's Black Debt Reparations Owed the Caribbean for Slavery and Indigenous Genocide, he examined the damage done and wealth created through the slave trade, particularly by Britain. He said the benefits accrued to many of the now powerful Western nations through slavery have been documented and accepted, citing the cases of the aristocracy in England, the Lloyds and Barclays banks, which built massive fortunes through their involvement with the slave trade. So Hilary said reparation is not about people getting handouts, but about repairing historical damage and how to find a way forward. He noted that Western countries had no qualms about requesting and obtaining compensation. Citing the case that Haiti had to repay from 1825 to 1922 150 million gold francs to France after its slave population fought and successfully gained its freedom, so Hilary argued that Haiti has never been able to recover from that payment. So Hilary urged Caribbean countries to emulate the position adopted by the Jews who were prosecuted during the Second World War and have since organized the Jewish Reparation Fund. CARICOM countries are being urged to review their visa regimes so as to lure more visitors to the region. The recommendation comes from the Caribbean Tourism Organization Aviation Task Force, a highly focused committee established to facilitate air transportation into and throughout the Caribbean and to enhance airlift. The task force is to recommend a system similar to Europe's Schengen visa program, where visitors who are cleared at the initial port of entry can continue traveling seamlessly throughout most of the European Union. It believes that full clearance at the first port of entry is necessary to ensure an improved cross-regional experience by visitors, and that the 9-member Organization of Eastern Caribbean States should be used as a model for the initiative. The OECS is in the process of establishing a single economic space and is expected to implement full clearance at the first point of entry into the subgroup. The CTO Aviation Task Force said that this best practice should be reviewed after its implementation for possible replication across CARICOM. In addition to a single visa regime, the task force is recommending a standardized immigration or ED card across the Caribbean. The Brazilian Supreme Court had ordered the release of former Turks and Caicos Premier Michael Misic on bail pending the processing of an extradition request from the British government. Misic was reportedly released from custody, but he cannot leave Brazil and still faces extradition. According to Supreme Court Justice Ricardo Lewandowski, the British government had not delivered all the paperwork necessary for Misic's extradition within the specified 60 days after his arrest. However, according to Attorney General Hugh Shepard, TCI submitted formal extradition papers on January 28, 2013 within the 60-day time limit. TCI Governor Rick Todd says the attempt by Misic to seek asylum in Brazil is hampering his return to the TCI, and once he renounces the process, his return to the TCI should be quick and seamless. The court in Brazil has given the UK government another 60 days to complete the extradition request. Misick was arrested on December 7, 2012 by Brazilian federal police acting on a provisional arrest warrant. His arrest had been sought by the Special Investigation and Prosecution Team set up to investigate issues arising from Sir Robin Hall's 2008-2009 Commission of Inquiry. The date of the Cheshire Hall and Richmond Hills by-election in the Turks and Caicos is Friday, 22nd March 2013. On February 7, Supreme Court Justice Margaret Ramsey Hale declared the November 9, 2012 election in Electoral District 7, Cheshire Hall and Richmond Hills providentially void, which will of necessity now result in a by-election in that district. Governor Rick Todd consulted with the Premier and the Leader of the Opposition on a date for the by-election and agreed with the Premier that it would be right to hold the election before Palm Sunday and Holy Week. The Governor said after weeks of uncertainty, the outcomes from the election petitions are now clear. The court's decision means that an equal number of elected seats in the House of Assembly are held by the PNP and PDM. The second petition challenging the result of the Grand Talk North District was dismissed by the Supreme Court. The third petition regarding North and Middle Caicos District was withdrawn by the petitioner. For the JTV Caribbean News, I am Sean Rose.
And coming up next on JTV News, No Plastic Bag Initiative seeks to reduce plastic waste in the territory. No flu vaccines available as the BVI records increased influenza cases. And Kata players and friends join 1 billion Rising global campaign.